Alright then guys, we're back. Not playing Pokemon this time. We are playing some FIFA 20, continuing on with our Grimsby Town career mode. Let's have a quick look at the team. So we got Ogbu and Sanchez Rebas. Sanchez Rebas, who for some reason has some amazing long shot ability, even though his long shot's not great. I think Tavares has got a decent amount of long shot. Again, like his long shot isn't that great, but he scored a couple of extremely outrageous goals for us in the last episode that we did actually upload. Haven't uploaded an episode in quite some time, but you know we've had a couple of requests from people in the chat earlier today asking us to play some more Grimsby Town, so why not? I think this is probably the best team that we can field at the moment. Maybe Dabo can come in at right back. I know he's got a tendency of going forward way too much, but yeah, we'll get into some playing some more FIFA. Why not? Crazy Pickler's Gaming is in the chat. Hello, how's it going? How's your day been so far, mate? Hope you've had a good Saturday. Are we going to play our first game on the stream? Probably, right? We should probably play our first game on the stream. Let's not keep it boring. I mean, we're going up against Oldham Athletic, who are well down in the relegation zone at the moment. Only won 3 games this season. They're on a minus 20 goal difference. There we are, in 5th place. Plus 20 goal difference and 35 points. We should probably play our first game, right? It would be rude not to, especially on a stream. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Let's play against Oldham. Now, I am just going to put a disclaimer out there. I am 100% not the best player at FIFA. So if you came here looking for good FIFA 20 gameplay, then I suggest you just leave the stream right now. As much as I would love to have you hang around, I'm not going to try and like misguide you with false promises about me being absolutely amazing at FIFA, because I'm just not. I also don't understand any of these. I don't understand why they have these tactic games in here. I also always suck at them. Like I just never do well. See, I never do well at them. You're at work. You're at work at the moment. Oh man, what time? Whereabouts you from? Are you from the UK? Man, it should be illegal to work past 7 on a weekend. But yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm glad you have decided to come and hang out with us, play some FIFA. Hopefully we can win this first game for you. But, like I say, I'm not going to give you any promises at the moment. Here we go. Sanchez Rebas with the immediate interception. Come on. Sanchez Rebas. Cutting back. Going for the long shot. Oh, unlucky. He's still got it though. He's still got it. Passes it down to Hassanfella. Hassanfella looking for Tavares. Oh, definitely no way should I be trying to shoot from there. But they get it clear. Out for a throw on the far side. Ah, you're from the USA. Brilliant. I mean, yeah. I mean, I'm sorry for you having to work at this moment in time. But yeah, I'm glad you can come and hang out with us. Oh, come on. Like I say, I'm going to try and win this game as best as I can. Obviously, Oldham Athletic in the relegation zone in League One. And we're actually flying pretty high in League One at the moment. But, as I say, and as I will reiterate many times through this stream, definitely not that good at FIFA. Like I say, if you want someone who's going to be doing all of these, 5-star skill moves and whatever, then you've come to the wrong place. You will be getting quality gameplay like me passing it straight to the opposition. Like I say, I mean, I have had a few drinks as well, so that's obviously not going to help out. But we'll still try our best. We're going to try our best and not give the ball away too much. I'm going to try and concentrate as well now. Come on. Here we go, Ogbu. Here we go. Oh, good sliding tackle there. We were trying to find Torres on this near side, but just couldn't pick him out. Come on, guys. We have to do this. We have to win. No. Come on. I know I haven't played FIFA in a long time, but we have to do this. Plays it forward to Ogbu. Round the corner to Sanchez Rebas. Stevens. Cut back inside. That's it. Back to Sanchez Rebas. He's got away from his man. He's going for a shot. Oh, goalkeeper makes a brilliant save. Goalkeeper makes a good save there. Whereabouts in America are you from? Oh. Come on, come on, come on. That's yours, that's yours, that's yours. Get there. Why are you so slow off the line to even get there? Come on. Come on. Oh my god. Who is this guy? Where is Dabo? Literally, where the hell is Dabo? Dabo's meant to be our right back. Dabo is in the middle of the pitch right now. I have no idea what he's... I don't know what he's thinking that he wants to do. Oh, come... That's it. Stay on it. Stay on it. There we go. Dabo finally manages to find his position as a right back. What kind of ball was that, Dabo? Oh my word. Right. Hessenfeller. Hessenfeller to Tavares. Tavares to Sanchez Ribas. Oh, his touch is just shambolic. He's one of our best players, but I don't know. Maybe I'm not using him right. He's just appalling at the moment, I guess. Right. We need to settle into this. We need to settle into this. He's offside. Good offside trap from the lads. Well done, guys. Well done. Completely intentional, you know. I pressed all of the buttons to try and make that offside trap. Right. Come on. Sanchez Ribas. Plays it to Tavares. Tavares with a long shot. Oh, goalkeeper makes a save. Goalkeeper makes a save. Yo, what's going on, Wasp Ginger? How's it going? How's it going? We're playing some FIFA now. Hope you're happy. Hope we can do your local Grimsby Town proud. Oh, I mean, heading is broken in this game. I know I've scored a couple of headers in this game so far, but it's completely broken, and I don't know how to fix it. I genuinely don't know how to fix it. I don't think FIFA are ever going to fix it. It just feels like that recurring theme. You just whip the ball in, and it might be, you know, a perfect height and everything, but it just always is never ever where you want it to be. Tavares though. Oh, come on, man! I need to fix up. I haven't played FIFA in a while. I definitely need to fix up. As I say, I've had a couple of drinks. I'm not going to use that as an excuse though, because it shouldn't be used as an excuse. Tavares. Oh. That goes out for a throw in on this near side towards the corner. Alright. Come on, Torres. Let's see what we can make of it. Down to Ogbu. Ogbu to Tavares. Tavares to Sanchez Ribas. On a turn! There we go! First goal on the stream. Let's go, Sanchez Ribas. I don't know what kind of celebration this is going to be. I don't know what that is, but well done, Sanchez Ribas. If you guys know any like cool celebrations I can do, let me know in the chat, and I will certainly try and see if I can pull them off. But Alejandro Sanchez Ribas gets the first goal on the stream, 1-0, away from home against Oldham Athletic, a team that are in the relegation zone. There we go, half-time, just before half-time as well. A dagger straight to the heart of all of the Oldham Athletic players, and of course all of the fans in the stadium as well. But I'm not going to complain. I think Ogbu's feeling a bit tired. Maybe we'll give him another 10 minutes or so. Look, he looks a bit tired. So yeah, maybe we'll give him another 10 minutes or so and then maybe decide to make a substitution. I'm not actually sure where I am in the season. I think I'm coming up to like November time in the season. So we might come up to the January transfer window in this season, in this live stream even. So if you guys know a player that you want me to sign, or if you guys have got any players in mind of players that you would like to maybe have me scout, then let me know and I'll see what I can do. Obviously we signed Dabo with thanks to one of our other subscribers who came into the live stream with us, Sanchez Ribas. Oh, unlucky, mate. Where am I in the league? I think I'm like 5th at the moment. I mean, I'm only playing on like professional difficulty. Oldham Athletic are like down quite low, like in the relegation zone at the moment. Like I say, I'm not great at FIFA, and I do sim a few of the games that I don't particularly feel like I need to play. And to be honest, we actually do better in the games that I sim than the games that I play half the time, because like I say, I'll reiterate it again, I am not a great FIFA player. I am genuinely like just an average FIFA player. I don't know any skill moves, I don't do any other skill moves or anything like that. I don't play FIFA Ultimate Team. What was that Sanchez Ribas? He tried to play a through ball and then I don't know what happened. I genuinely don't know what happened. Oh, Tavares. Play it back, calm it down, play the possession. Sanchez Ribas. He's all alone. There we. Oh, I thought that was a goal. Thought that was a goal. Right, I think we need to maybe make a couple of substitutions. Ogbu is feeling it in his legs. Look at him. Bless him. Bring on Vernon. Right hand side, we'll bring on Edwards to Stevens for now. And then we'll resume the game. Sorry guys, still got a bit of a cold. How are you doing this evening anyway, Wasp? Are you alright? Come on, head that down, head it down. Dabo, what are you doing? Come on, Dabo, stay on him. Ah, that's it. Easy. Control it. Torres plays it forward to Hassanfella. Oh, not even Hassanfella, Vernon even. Oh, look at that. Nice. You see Torres. Oh, just over his head. Just over Sanchez Ribas' head. Dabo, come on, man. You have to do something. You have to do something, Dabo. You have to do something better. Control it. Back to keeps. Here we go. Create something from the back. Look, what is... Oh, Tavares is there. Alright. Here we go. Sanchez Ribas. To Vernon. Oh, I was looking to try and play the football to Tavares. He just couldn't pull it off. Hey, that's good. It's good to hear that you're feeling alright, man. It's good to hear. What else? I know you had the football game earlier. Have you done anything else today? Or has just been... I think you said you were just going to chill out today. That's it. Oh, unlucky. Run it back, though. Vernon has won it back. Calm it down. Well done, Vernon. Well done. Calm it down. Give it to Tavares. Tavares to Vernon. Vernon, don't get bullied like that. Don't get bullied like that. Sanchez Ribas. Plays it to Edwards. Back to Sanchez Ribas. Vernon! Oh, straight at the goalkeeper. Either side, and that's a goal. Either side, that's a goal. Alright. Let's get back on it. What was that? What was that throw-in? Oh, who? Where's the left back? Ring, what are you doing? Why is Torres having to cover your ass? Come on. Well done, Torres, though. Well done, though. Play it. Play it to Hassanfella. Plays it to Vernon. Where's the advantage, ref? Come on. Don't understand. How can you play advantage and then pull it back and then... Come on. The home crowd is booing their players. Let's use that to our advantage, guys. We have to. Edwards, come on. There's only 2 minutes left in this game. That's it, Vernon. Keep it under control. There we go. There's the final whistle. 1-0. Bit of a hard fought. 1-0 away from home. You can see the away fans in the stand. Absolutely delighted. Home manager looks a bit upset, but you know what, we'll take it. Sanchez Ribas with the only goal in the game. Come on, it's another clean sheet as well. Yeah, I'll take that 1-0. I'll take that 1-0 to start off the stream. You've done nothing today. Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go to the post-match interview. I don't like these things. I mean, I like them, but I just don't, like them, if you know what I mean. I understand the concept of it, and maybe we should do it a bit more on the live stream.
Just a couple of questions for you.
Alright, here we go. What are the questions? We were able to secure a victory today before halftime. Are you pleased with how things went in the second half? We should have put the game beyond doubt. I would have liked a goal or two in the second half, but to put the result beyond doubt. Ultimately, we were ineffective going forward in the second half. Okay, cool, we just got an achievement as well. Was the win ever in doubt? We were the stronger side, definitely were. Never really doubted the result, to be honest. I know exactly what my players are capable of. Yeah, that's exactly what I would probably say if I was a manager. You know, I mean, Grimsby Town are looking for a manager, right? So, I should probably step up and be that manager. How difficult was it to find the way past Oldham's defensive lineup? we just played our game, you know. We played our game, we believe in our own ability, and we didn't make any special plans to deal with Sheffield. I don't know who Sheffield is.
Thanks, well played. That's all the questions.
Thank you very much. I didn't mean to do this post-match interview because it takes way too long. Alright, so we're back. Let's are we happy with this? Sanchez Rebas, I mean, we still need to work on your finishing, so we'll keep you in there. Pereira is actually coming up as one of our young youth players who is probably going to be our next best goalkeeper, to be fair. Should probably sign him to the actual first team. We do have a youth squad monthly report from one of our scouts. Let's check. Oh no, this is actually our youth squad. So we've got Renato Pereira, the goalkeeper, 64 rated, only 16 years old, and got a potential 80 to 86. We've got Alfonso Cabral, 16 years old, 62 rated, 82 to 88 potential. And then we've got Eduardo Rossi, 61 rated, 18 years old, 77 to 83. So got quite a few good youngsters in our youth team. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to go back in here. Renato Pereira, we're going to promote you to the senior team. Why the hell not? You seem like a decent goalkeeper. I mean, we do have quite a few goalkeepers in our team. But yeah, he can certainly be useful. I think he might be coming up to almost as good as Battersby, maybe even better than Battersby. So we'll go ahead and see. Oh, what? Joel White? Joel White. Who was that? Who was that? It was someone. Someone. Peter Cooper. Peter Cooper had we had a player from England who's been signed in our youth squad. Our youth scout was scouting him and he's been signed by someone else. Which is less than ideal. Scout Foster from Monaco, okay. Who is Foster from Monaco? Is that Monaco? You sure? That doesn't sound like a very Monegasque name. Foster. Oh, can't spell. Who is it? Foster Langsdorff? No, it's definitely not this guy. Alright. No, I don't wanna submit that. He's a French guy. Right. Let's go to France. And let's search for Foster. Lyle Foster? 20 years, this guy, Lyle Foster. Ooh, he's a South African player, 6'1". Could be decent. Could be decent. Let's check him out. Oh, he's showing great potential. We've got 24 days on the scout. I mean, we are in December, to be fair, so we'll have a look at him, see what he's saying. You know, if you know me, I do love a good bargain free agent as well. Although I don't know if they update free agents halfway through the season. Battersby's on 64 and Pereira's also on 64. I don't know who's going to be better, to be fair. Do we want to make any changes? I don't think I'm going to play this game. I know it's in the FA Cup, but I feel like we'll probably end up simming it anyway. Yeah, I've just dropped a scout on him. I just managed to find him. FA Cup away from home against Grimsby, not against Grimsby, against Accrington, December the 5th. They're on a 3-game winning streak. Come on, Grimsby, let's go, please. 1-1. Oh, it's going to go to the FA Cup replay, isn't it? I mean, 1-1 away from home, I'll take it, but see, this is what I don't like, right? This is not fair. So we've got these objectives that we have to do for this season, right? Our youth development, make 13.5 million profit from youth player sales within 2 seasons. I don't know if that's realistically going to happen because I don't think we're going to sell anyone for 13.5 million profit. Within 3 seasons, increase season ticket holders of at least 10% of the stadium's capacity. So it's our first season, so we've got a few years to do this. Could happen. Sorry, I'm just yawning. Domestic success, finished mid-table and then reached round 32, which is fine. We obviously don't have any continental success. But a financial as well, both in terms of just all of our financial related exposure stuff It's completely ridiculous. There's absolutely no way you can expect the League One side to make 18 million profit. I'm sorry, that's just ridiculous, right? Tell me I'm wrong, but that's that's completely ridiculous. 18 million profit. I don't believe that. I honestly don't believe it. That's one of our objectives for this season. 18 million profit. Alright, so Pereira creeped up to a 65 rated goalkeeper just there. It's not simple, man. It's definitely not simple. I don't want to sell any of my players. I love all of my players that I've got. If I sell any of my players, they're all just going to be really bad. Alright, Joel White. He was an average player anyway, so. Alright, we've got Sam Baker, 50 to 58, 77 to 91. Isaac Mitchell, we'll keep you in there for now. Jamie Rose, actually, could be okay. Mason Moore, we'll leave him in there as well. Ethan Hill, 46 to 62, 65 to 89. Again, very similar to Nicholas Clark. Ed Clark, sorry mate, you're out. Billy White, nah mate, sorry. And that's all that we have. Oh, we got Peter Turner. Nah, sorry mate. So we've got our 6 English kids on the go with that youth scout. Who do we have from Brazil? We've got Rafael Enriquez, 56, 72, 75, 94. Edson Wraith, you've gone down a bit, but I'll leave you in there for now. Fabio Ribeiro, Gabriel Xavier, sorry mate, I'm going to get rid of you. Same as you, Cal Gomez, and the same as you, Kleber Menezes. Just not up to scratch. It's a cruel world we live in. Nah, we sent this guy to Mexico just because. Christian Carvajal, 38 to 50, that's way too low. 36 to 50 is way too low. No, get out. Just all of you guys get out, sorry. No offense to Mexicans, but it's just not doing it for me at the moment. Right, we are going to make a couple of changes to our team just for this game that we're going to sim. Edwards has gone up to 63. Hendry, you can come in. We're actually going to give Pereira his first start. Let's get Campbell Gordon on the pitch as well. And let's also replace Tavares with Hewitt. I think that's all of the changes we're going to make for this game in the leasing.com trophy, I believe. Let's just leave it at that. Yep, let's go ahead and sim. Area semi-final is that against Tranmere Rovers away from home. Come on, guys. That's what I'm talking about. Burnham and Sanchez Ribas, both of our starting strikers, getting a goal apiece. We win that 2-1 away from home. We progress further into that tournament. Ogbu's complaining because we didn't play him for one game. You know what, mate? You still have your place in the squad. Just calm down, okay? Like, I'm not gonna drop you. It's fine. You are our second best striker, okay? Stop worrying. You know, look, Ogbu unhappy with involvement. How is that making the EA Sports news? What is going on, mate? If you're unhappy with it, then you can go. If that's how you feel, I'm not going to stop you from leaving. We're down in 6th place. We have a game in hand. Coming up against, I say coming up against, we got Coventry just above us. Rotherham away from home. You know what? We'll start Ogbu because he's being a little bitch and moaning about everything. So we'll start him. We'll get Stevens back in. Give Pereira one more game. We'll get Pollock on the pitch and put Sebastian Ring back in. And maybe that's all the changes we make. So we are going to go ahead and sim this game against Rotherham. We should be able to win this. On paper, we should be able to win this. Yeah, there we go. 3-0. Look at that. Easy as you like. Sanchez Ribas with the brace and Ogbu chipping in with a goal himself as well. He's been complaining to us about not starting games. We start him, we sim a game, and he obviously scores. So it's all good for us. Next game is the FA Cup replay against Accrington Stanley. We drew the first game 1-1, so we're being forced to play in a replay. I don't know. I mean, the board kind of want us to get far in the FA Cup. It is one of our sort of mid objective that we need to achieve is just to finish in like the round of 32. Should we play it? I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we play this game or should we sim it? I am fairly confident in our team's ability to win if we simmed, but I don't want to jinx it. You know, I don't want to say that we're gonna sim it and absolutely win. So it's up to you guys. Do you guys want to see us play this game, or would you rather us just sim it and see how it goes? Yeah, our profits is minus 513k. That's not great, is it? Definitely not great. Should we play it? Should we play this game at home against Accrington Stanley in the FA Cup? I think we will. I think we should probably play this game. Let's go. Second game on the stream. FA Cup replay against Accrington Stanley at home. So hopefully the crowd get behind us. I'm hoping they do, at least. So, alright, here we go. I don't know how to do the goalkeeping. Oh, look at that save by McKeown. McKeown staying back on his line. Oh, look at that beautiful save by McKeown. Oh, McKeown, you let me down. Right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. I don't like any of those FIFA skill move games or whatever you want to call them. Definitely don't like them. I'm no good at them, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Alright, here we go. Accrington Stanley at home in the FA Cup. Round 2 of the FA Cup. That's it, just calm it down. Tavares. Here we go. To Torres. Torres plays it forward to Vernon. Vernon through to Sanchez Ribas. Oh, straight at the goalkeeper. Straight at the goalkeeper. That would have been a brilliant way to start this game within the first 5 minutes, but unfortunately it wasn't to be. Let's drill it in. Controlled it. You controlled it well, Waterfall. Backheeled it to Vernon. Vernon. Oh. Unlucky, unlucky. Come on. Dabo, why are you... The guy is pissing me off every single time I play him. Every single time I play this guy, he's got ultra attacking work rate and like ultra defensive work rate, which is okay. But he is always way too far forward and he never tracks back. Never tracks back. Alright, it's Stevens. Stevens plays it through to Sanchez Ribas. Oh, he tried to play it into Tavares, just couldn't get a ball out of his feet in time. No, what is that? Waterfall, Waterfall, get back on the cover. Away, away, away. McKeown somehow dives on that ball. Quick distribution there. Come on. Let's go. Tavares to Sanchez Ribas. Plays it forward to Vernon. Vernon's looking for Stevens. Sees him there. Anyone going to support him? No one. No one's going to support him. When they do decide to support, it's just too late and he just loses the ball. Come on. No. Control it, control it. Play it to Dabo. Let's see, what can Dabo do? No, Sanchez! Ribas, go towards the ball. Do it in my head in sometimes, I swear. No, 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 no. No. No, no, no. Dabo, Dabo, go to him, Dabo. Well done, well done. I mean, you block it out for a corner. This is literally a must-win game for us. Otherwise, we're out of the FA Cup. Get it away! Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. How is he trying to do like a bicycle kick on me? That's just not okay. Alright. Steve, what was that through ball? Why did Stevens run back inside when he had so much room out wide? I don't understand. What is going on? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What is our defence doing? What is our defence doing? Honestly, I just don't understand.
Here's Davis.
Alright, come on. Get your head in the game. Get your bloody head in the game. We've played too much Pokemon. Now we're trying to come back to FIFA and it's just not good. How are you being out muscle? Are you kidding me? Where is your strength? Ring! Get back! Oh, it's just too good. It's just too good. Get it away. What is that ball to Tavares? Hold him off. That's it. Show your bloody strength, man. Play it through. Go on, Torres. Run onto that.
Well, no one's picking him up
Play
in
it
the
back.
right
Play it
area.
back. Come on, come on. Please, please,
Dangerous.
please. Ah!
It's a good way to nick the ball back.
Guys,
Quick thinking.
guys, all I have to do is
Getting the ball
apologise.
back
Like,
and thinking
I
attack
don't know what's
straight
going
away.
on. What is that, ref?
Referee
Yellow
had a go
card.
and
Send him
gave it a
off.
free
Come
kick.
on. Such a pussy
Torres.
ref, man. Go on, Sanchez Ribas. Ref! Look at that!
Really strong and clean
Oh
tackle.
my gosh, guys, please.
Billy Key,
Please tell me you're watching the same game that I'm watching, because this is just
Finley.
utterly ridiculous.
Made
Dabo,
a quick interception.
control it.
Cleared away by the defender.
Absolutely ridiculous.
2 more minutes to play of added time.
Go on, Sanchez Ribas. What are you doing? Play it back to him. Long shot! Oh, please! Oh my god! No! How have we missed that? How the hell have we missed that? Oh, Jesus. Jesus Christ. Oh my gosh. I don't know how we've missed that. I don't know how we've missed that shot. That was an absolute laser into the top left-hand corner of the goal. And it's just hit the top of the crossbar, come down and not bounces in the back of the net. We've been robbed. We've been robbed by the woodwork. We know he can hit them. We know he can hit them. We know that him and Tavares have got a mean long shot on them. Just wasn't to be. Not going to make any substitutions at half time.
So the referee's happy and the second half
You
gets
need to fix
underway.
up a bit, you know. But you just need to fix up. That's it, Sanchez Ribas. Bring it back. That's it, calm it down. Calm down the play. Tavares with the ball. Plays it through to Vernon. Vernon looking for someone.
Skill with the ball.
Looking.
Backing himself in these circumstances.
That's it. Stevens on the far side.
The cross is on. To put them in front.
Oh yes, there we go. Who was that? Was that Vernon? It looks like it was Vernon, maybe. Might be Hassanfella, to be fair. It was Vernon. It was Vernon with the first goal in this game. Wasn't quite sure who it was. 1-0. Let's go. No, 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 no. Come on, don't concede immediately after scoring. That's not how we do it here.
Finley.
That is certainly not how we do it here. No, 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 don't get schooled. Don't get schooled by this stupid... That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Calm it down, calm it down, calm it down.
Got a bit of pressure on.
Go on, Dabo. That's it, Dabo. Hold up play on point. Plays it through to Stevens. Stevens looking for Vernon. Plays it through to Torres. Torres is in on goal. Ref! Penalty! Yes! We've won a penalty. We've won a penalty. Let's go. Look at this. Red card as well. Ah, brilliant. Look at that. Torres wins it. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
And here we're going to have a substitution. It seems as though it's...
Do I want Jordan Edwards to come on and immediately take it? Who's got good penalty stats? Could just have McKeown take it. That would be banter, right? But if he misses it, it's all fucked. Hassan fella, Stevens, Sanchez Ribas, surely, right? Right. Which way are we gonna go? Which way are we gonna go? Please. Oh yes, we changed it right at the last second. We did the goalkeeper. Woo, yeah, yeah. Do your prancing. I don't understand that celebration, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Scored that penalty. Look at that. We sent the goalkeeper the wrong way. Slotted it straight down the middle. To be fair, if we hadn't changed our mind at the last second, the goalkeeper would have definitely saved that. But you know what? I'll take it. Sanchez Ribas with the penalty. 2-0. They're down to 10 men as well. Hopefully we can maybe go on and score some more goals, but again, I'm not going to promise you guys anything because, like I say, I'm not great at FIFA, and as soon as I say that, we give the ball away. So, it's not going good so far, but guys, I'm gonna try and hang on in there for you guys. Okay, Hassan fella plays it forward. Look at Vernon. Vernon is looking for the run of Ring on the outside now. Edwards is. Ring has cut back inside. Plays it to Hassan fella. Hassan fella. That through ball. Ah! Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. It was close. It was close. It was a nice bit of play. Nice bit of play. How are you waiting so long to get on that ball, Hassan fella, man? It's alright, because they've panicked and cleared it out of play. Alright. Let's go. What was that pass? Why did you not play it to Tavares, who was free in the middle of bloody pitch?
I see a substitute coming on for the away team here.
Come on, guys. Come on, come on. That's it. Important foot in. What is that pass again? Tavares was wide open. Why did you play? I swear, sometimes. Right, sometimes I admit that I'm bad at FIFA. And then other times it's just the game and the inputs. It just doesn't do what I tell him to do. I don't even care. I don't even care. It just doesn't do what I want it to do. Well, we're actually going to make a couple of subs because I feel like half my team are going to be dead. Yet Sanchez Rebas is virtually dead. Let's bring on Ogbu. Pollock for Davis. And are we going to make all 3 subs at once? Why not? Let's bring on Hewitt. We're already out of substitutions, so we can't bring on anyone else. We're going to make those 2 substitutions, so yeah, cool. Hopefully we can keep a clean sheet. Keep a clean sheet, that's it, McKeown. Jump on that ball. That's it. Come on, who's there? Who's there to support? Edwards is, there he is. There he is, come on. Tavares plays it through to Ogbu. Oh, Vernon! Go on, Edwards. Win it back. Long shot. That's ours. That's ours.
And the referee spotted that deflection. He's pointed for the corner.
There we go. Definitely a corner. Throw it, run it. Oh, it's another corner, right? It's definitely another corner. Whip it in. Whip it in. About there.
In goes the corner.
One of you. Tavares has got it. Yes. That's how we do. Completely choreographed. Ooh, yes, Tavares. Brilliant, brilliant corner kick routine there. Look at that. I don't know who it was who headed it onto him. I don't even know if he was expecting it, but you know what? It's a brilliant, brilliant corner routine. Look at that. He chests it, gets it under control. Left foot shot, just past the goalkeeper. Look at that. Crowded. Goalkeeper maybe a bit unsighted. 3-0. 3-0 even. I'll take that. What on Tavares? Come on. That's what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, I don't think Tavares is going to want to stay and play for us. 1 goal in the FA Cup. His first goal in the FA Cup this year.
It's a tough game.
3-0. Let's go.
They're out of the contest, really. They're just playing for pride. They're really being torn apart. Pritchard.
Get it away, Dabo.
Did that well and intercepted.
Gone, Stevens. Oh.
Super block. Well, they are really knocking the ball.
Hassan fella! Oh, handball! Ref, that was definitely handball. Definitely handball. Let's throw it to Tavares. Or not. Get it to Tavares though. Play the Hassan fella. Back to whoever this is. Across to Ogbu. Back to him. Back to Tavares. Tavares into Ogbu. Turns his man. Ogbu for the 4th. Yes! Too much power on it. Just too much power on it. Goalkeeper made a save, but just too much power. Well done, Ogbu. So I'm talking about Ethan or Moses Ogbu even, isn't it? Yeah, it's Moses Ogbu.
Goalkeeper was reaching for it, and it did actually touch him on the way.
There we go.
I think there was just too much.
There we go. Easy as you like. There we go. 4-0. Final score. What can I say, guys? Got a Mojo back. I mean, it was against 10 men for like the last 40 minutes of the game, but you know what? I'll take it. All 3 points, 4 goals as well. Brilliant performance from the guys today. Right. Let's go back into it. Colchester beat Shrewsbury 3-0 in their replay as well. Let's get back into it. What else is going on? Sanchez Ribas, cheers for all the first team. You know what, mate? You can play all you like. You know, I'm proud of you. I'm really proud of you. You are absolutely amazing, mate. Spain's new sensational striker. Probably not, but definitely one to look out for. Prize money as well. Plenty of football, just what Sanchez Ribas wants. Fantastic. Risk of losing 9 players. So it looks like we've got 9 players who are about to be coming up to the end of their contracts. We'll have a look at this and see which players that we want to keep. So if we go over to financial and then sort by contract, we've got Matt Green, who just doesn't play for us anymore. Hansen, again, very much the same. Cook. I think Cook we need to keep on there just for 1 more year. Same as Ogbu needs to stay on there. Clifton can stay on there as well. Hewitt can stay on there. Tavares, I wish I could keep you, mate. I really want to sign you, Tavares. Ivan Torres, we need to sign him back up again. Same as Luke Hendry. Ludwig Aman needs to stay in there. Matty Pollock needs to stay in there as well. Harry Davis and Luke Waterfall and Ollie Battersby need to all stay on the team. There are a couple of players that I'm probably not going to re-sign, namely Matt Green and James Hansen, but I feel like I could deal with that at a different time, because at the moment none of them are going to leave. So I feel like I'll deal with that at a later date, because right now I just want to play as many games as I can and sim through as many games as I can. So without further ado, let's go ahead and sim against Burton. We are in 5th place at the moment. Burton on a losing streak, and they've lost their last 3 games 3-1. So of course we draw. Of course we draw with them at home. It's just typical FIFA things, isn't it? You know. Alright. We've got some youth squad stuff to be or player development stuff to be dealing with. Let's leave that in there. Sanchez Ribas up to 69. That is how we do it. Sim forward a few more days. Reece Campbell-Gordon, what are you saying? Ryan Campbell-Gordon. There's bigger games ahead, mate. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I mean, you'll play anyway, so it's fine. Campbell-Gordon. We're actually going to put Pereira in goal. We're going to put Edwards on the right. We're going to give Ogbu a start. We'll put Hewitt instead of Hassanfella. Hendry instead of Dabo. And I think that's all we're going to change. So, let's go ahead and sim this game against Doncaster. Just before Christmas next year. Ooh, there we go. 3-1. Tavares, Torres, and Sanchez Ribas all getting a goal. Happily take that. Let's go to our office. Got a player chat. It's Ryan Campbell-Gordon. You know what, mate? Stay grounded. Stay grounded. You're a decent player now. 65 rated. You're up to the same rating as Sebastian Rings, so definitely have to consider you as a starting player ahead of him. We're going to make any changes. Maybe Cook can play. Sanchez Ribas always has to play, right? Davis, you're feeling a bit tired. Let's put Pollock in. And let's replace you with Hassanfella. Maybe we'll go with that for the team. Like I say, we're going to be caning through some games. Hopefully on this live stream. We're in 5th place, as I say. Only expected to finish mid-table, so anything really is a bonus. Get a Southend. 0-0. 0-0 away from home. I can deal with that. I can deal with that. It's not a loss. I can deal with that. Alfonso Cabral. You're looking okay. Rossi is up to 62 rated. Cabral's almost up to 63 rated. could be another good useful option at left wing or left mid rather, because we only have Torres really at the moment. We are still in 5th place. Got Peterborough and Oxford United breathing down our neck, but as I say, all that we need to do is just finish mid-table. So I'm not too worried about it. Well done, Ogbu. Well done. Thanks for your commitment. Youth player wants out. Eduardo Rossi wants out. Oh man. Let's go ahead and check our youth staff, or at least our youth squad even. Eduardo Rossi wants out. You know what, mate? I'll promote you to the senior team. You're 18 years old. Leave it there. Coming up against Lincoln City. This is going to be a clash at the top of the table, isn't it? Okay, so we've got Lyle Foster coming in as a 70 rated striker. He could be good. I mean, I say he could be good. He'll be our best striker. Him and Sanchez Ribas will definitely be our best strikers. We still have this guy who we should have signed at the start of this season. This goalkeeper, Joe Isaac Lopez Blanco, 19 years old, 68 rated. He's not going to want to come to me, but yeah, he's definitely not going to want to. We will shortlist you in the transfer hub, mate. We'll keep an eye on you, especially considering we're almost at the January transfer window. And also, you've been recommended to me, so going to try our best to try and pick you up. Let's go ahead and sim this game against Lincoln. Home game. Come on, just before 2021. They're on a 3-game losing streak. But, as I say, it's FIFA, and obviously they win. Hassenfeller got sent off as well right towards the end of the game. Not great. Not great, if I'm being honest. Definitely not great. Let's have a look. They suspended McKeown. Look, you still have your place in the squad. You are still our number 1 goalkeeper. I'm rotating our players, okay? That is literally all I'm doing. Literally all I am doing. Just rotating some players. Okay, don't get butthurt about it. Wally Street 769, how's it going? How are you, man? Thank you for joining us in the chat. Hope you've had a good day. Who is that? Luke Henry, dead leg calf. Afonso Cabral, 63. He's doing alright. Like I say, Wally Street, I hope you're having a good day. Hassenfeller. Probably put Hewitt in. We'll probably play this game. Davis is there. Hendry is out with whatever dead leg and whatever he's got. Let's put Stevens back in. Let's put Ogby back on the pitch. Probably the best team that we can play. Ring, you can go ahead in there. And McKeown was complaining, so let's go ahead and put him back in. Hassenfeller got himself sent off because why not? And you're actually better than Battersby at the moment, Pereira, so we'll put you in the team. Who is that? That's Aman. Aman's gone up to 65. Huh. Okay. Looks like Aman is going in instead of Waterfall then. Yeah, I'm good. Thanks, mate. It's good to hear that you're good. You're doing good as well. FA Cup game. We have to play this gun. You know, we have to try and make it into the round of 32. That is one of our objectives from our board. So, of course, we're going to play it. Like I say, I mean, I've been mentioning it to a couple of people before, Wally Street, but I'm not the best at FIFA, so if you want to see amazing FIFA gameplay, you've come to the wrong place. I try to make it as entertaining as possible, and I mean, I do rage sometimes, especially when I feel like the referee's being a bit of a dickhead, but you know what I'm saying, like, I'm not the best. I will try my best for everyone on the stream, but I can't guarantee anything. Who do I support? Why don't you guess? Where do I who do you think I support? I'll give you a hint, it's not a Premier League side. That's the only hint I'll give you. It's definitely not a Premier League side. I do watch a lot of Premier League football, and I'm very much into fantasy Premier League, but yeah, I don't support a Premier League side. or at least I support a team who used to be in the Premier League a couple of years back. They're not anymore, and I don't think we will ever be there anytime soon because we just lack a bit of structure at the moment. What about you? Who do you support? Not too sure whereabouts you're from.
Today's starting lineup for the home team.
But yeah, I'll leave that
Two
with you
banks of four.
to try and guess who
4-4-2.
you
Yeah,
think I
how it
support.
always used to be. Don't see it quite
You're
so
from.
often these
Wait,
days,
are you
but,
saying that you think I support
it's a
Cardiff,
classic
or
formation and,
are you from
really
Cardiff?
capable of causing problems here today.
Ah, Sanchez, Ribas, what are you doing?
Strong, powerful clearance.
Are you from
We can have
Cardiff?
a look now
Oh, you
at
support
the
Bristol
starting
City.
lineup for the visiting team.
Ah, fair enough.
We've got it down as a 4-3-3.
Fair enough. I mean,
Yeah,
I
it's a
support a
system
team that are in the
Netherlands
same
used to
league as your
use
team,
all
so.
the time. I think really they invented it.
Ogbu!
Take the lead.
Oh,
Well,
straight at the
the keeper's
goalkeeper.
got that.
Straight at the goalkeeper. Get that head on there. Play to Ogbu. Oh, he just
Now
gets
he's
tackled
lost
right
the
at the
ball.
last second. Come on, we have to win
Really is
this.
a
We
chance
have
for
to
him
win
to
this.
express himself.
We have to win this.
His teammates will be looking to him again here.
No, 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 please.
Got
Well
the ball back by
done.
that interception.
Are you from Bristol then? Look at that through ball. You see that,
Good
Torres?
vision. Behind the defenders and on.
Oh my God!
The crossbar.
No, he's
Goal that
somehow
covers the
managed to
loss.
squeeze that
It's a
in
team
at the near
at this
post. Who
stage of
is
the
that? Is that
match,
Ogbu?
and you wonder
Looks
whether
like
they
it's
would make
Ogbu.
that
I have
domination
no
count, but they
idea how
don't
that
with
ball
this
has managed to
goal.
work its way into the back of the
Thoroughly
net.
deserved.
Such a
They lead.
tame shot, to be fair. Look at that.
What a strike.
Maybe took a bit
On
of
the
a
volley.
Well,
deflection
there's no finer
off
sight
one of
in
the
football than
defenders.
to see
Maybe
somebody
it did.
catch
Look at
the
that. I
ball
think there's someone there
flush like
sliding
that.
in. Oh, it didn't. Didn't look like it took a deflection, but I have no idea how it found the back of the net there. That's what I'm talking about, though. 1-0 within, what, the first
So the
12,
first goal,
15
it's
minutes,
1-0.
15 minutes of the game. Let's go. 1-0 against Wycombe Wanderers at home. Ah, you're from Bristol. Cool. That's cool, man. Yeah, no. So I'm from London, and I support QPR. I support Queens Park Rangers. Like I say, we used to be in the Premier League for a couple of seasons a few years back. And yeah, it didn't go so well. Obviously, the whole Balotelli Aguero
Opportunity in a
moment on
wider
Sky
area.
Sports, which is basically the only thing that we're known for in the last,
Coming
3
in at the
years
near
or
post
so.
for the cross. They'll be annoyed with the
That
cross, prevented
happened.
the goalkeeper's ball all the way.
I mean, I remember us beating Chelsea. I think it was 2-1 or 2-0 after two of their players got sent off. I think John Terry and Didier Drogba got sent off in that game where we beat them. They were down to 9 men and we beat them, so can't really complain about that. But yeah, I support QPR. Obviously, like I say, I wouldn't say we let Man City win the league, but it was certainly an entertaining game at the end of that season. Right, here we go, Sanchez Ribas. Looking at Ogbu, playing it back into Sanchez Ribas.
That's good passing.
Played it around his man, found it. Sanchez Ribas! Oh, pile driver. Pile driver. Let's go. We don't seem to be... we're doing okay, We're doing okay. We've maybe stepped off the gas a little bit in recent weeks. We haven't had like a good performance recently. We've been drawing and losing a couple of games, but we're doing okay. We are normally a mid to lower league table side, and for us to be, in 10th place or whatever we are in at the moment it's decent for us. I think we're moving in the right direction. The only thing that annoys me is that both of our main strikers are only on loan to us. One of which was on loan to us for half of last season, and I don't know why we didn't sign Naki Wells, but yeah, you know what? Obviously I don't know a lot about football. Ogbu with the long shot. Ah, just off the crossbar. Come on. What is going on? What is going on? We've hit the bar a couple of times in this game, I think. Tavares. Tavares. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Yo, Jamie, how's it going? Are you happy, man? We're playing some FIFA. Not doing so well. I mean, we're doing okay.
Corner played in.
I still don't know what's happening with corners.
So there's still some problems for them. Yeah, he's got the ball
Oh,
back.
you're miles offside. He's not offside. Oh, I thought he was an offside for a minute there, but Yeah, he looks like he might have been offside, to be fair. How's it going, Jamie? You doing good in the chat? That's it. Get it down. Get it down. Get it down. Oh.
It's a good pass in behind the defender.
Oh,
Extra
unlucky.
chance. More than
Hassan
matched
Fella
by
was
the
that. Looks like
goalkeeper,
it's Hassan
who's
Fella.
diffused the
What do I mostly
situation.
play on?
Great agility, great
Well, I've got an
reflexes there,
Xbox.
and, denying the
So
opposition
I'm mainly an
knockdowns
Xbox
as well.
player. I've got my brother's old PlayStation 4 because he bought himself a new one, and then I've also got myself a
Put
Nintendo
the corner
Switch,
in the middle.
which is how I'm playing
Well, the
Pokemon.
goalkeeper will hope that it stays
So
like
yeah, I
that
mean I've
throughout
also
the
got a
game.
PC as well, which is how I'm recording this, and the PC I built myself a few years back. So I mean I'd like to say I'm mainly on Xbox,
Ring.
but yeah, I don't really have like a preference. Like I say, I mean I have the luxury of having all of the consoles.
Well, he wants to
But
run
yeah,
at them with
Ogbu!
still
Oh!
half time
Ogbu.
now, and 2-0 is the score
Like I
at
say, I
the
mean,
break.
I don't tend to play my PS4 that much. Don't really have too many games for the PlayStation 4. And like I say, I've got all of the online stuff for Xbox. Like I've got the Game Pass and everything and stuff like that. So the Game Pass is actually really good on the Xbox. You can, subscribe to it and you get a bunch of, I wouldn't say
And here we
amazing
go,
games,
the
but they're still
referees
games and they're
blow
still
his whistle,
playable games
and
that are
we're off
actually
for the
really
second
decent
half.
games on their little subscription service. So I like that. I've been playing through
Plenty of
some of
space
them.
out wide, and they're
I
getting
might
waiting.
even be playing one of them
Well, that
on
was
stream
disappointing.
very, very
Could have
soon.
made more of it.
Because it's a game that I've wanted to play ever since I played the
Through
first
it.
one. And that is Rage. Rage 2 is now on Game
That'll
Pass.
be a throw.
And if you don't know what that is, it's a post-apocalyptic like shooting game. And like I say, I liked the first one so much. I was going to get the second one when it
Torres.
first came out. But I just didn't want to spend, 40 quid or 50 quid on the game. So I decided to wait. And now it's come
Oh,
free
the
on the
hoist
Game
it into
Pass,
the
so I
middle.
might give that
Way over his
a
teammates.
gameplay or two. That's it. Oh, unlucky,
No threat
unlucky lad.
now.
But yeah, like I say, I'm probably mainly play on Xbox. I
Just to
try to play
recap
on
of what you
PC
might have heard
sometimes
earlier,
with my
transfer
friends if they're
completed,
playing,
an
but
incoming transfer
don't
for
really play too many
Schalke.
games on the PC at the
It's a
moment.
statement of intent, isn't it? Around 35
Oh,
million
come on.
pounds for this
Come
young man. He's
on.
got
What is that
good talent,
ball?
good
Dabo,
credentials.
get to him.
Could get the ball into the box now. Into
Away.
the front
McKeown, that's
post.
all yours. That's all yours,
Oh, very
McKeown.
easy for the
Calm it, calm
goalkeeper
it,
there.
calm it down. Plays the through ball to Stevens. Stevens to Sanchez Ribas. Plays it forward to Ogbu on the counter. Anyone there? Anyone there? Sanchez Ribas. Torres is there.
Oh, time to get across now.
To Tavares. Oh,
Has to clear it.
should have played it earlier to
Could have been
Tavares.
difficult, but the defender sorted it out.
Ah, come
That's a
on,
fine
Ogbu.
tackle.
To Tavares. Tavares. The shot.
They blocked it
Tavares
well.
has still got it. Ogbu.
There it is!
Oh.
A good connection. On the target,
Oh.
and really from that position, it's a surprise.
It is, yeah.
Is
Well,
it?
two
Is
of his
it
teammates having a
clipped
quiet
the
word to
crossbar?
the lifting.
Maybe. I don't know. Still crushing that ball, man. Yeah, I mean.
The manager's going to bring on a
Ah.
fresh player now.
I'm not the best. I'm only playing it on professional difficulty. It's not that difficult. But like I say, I mean, I sim games, try and make it a bit more realistic. Otherwise, I could play this game and just win every single game that I
Well,
play,
there's a chance for a better
but
through
then it
ball
just
there
wouldn't be fun
by
for
one of the
anyone.
keepers.
That's why I sim games, because to try and get through as many seasons as I can as quickly as I can. Oh, what was
Squandering
that? What
possession
was that
cheaply, really,
pass?
with that
Come
pass.
on. Should have played it around the corner a bit more of a tight angle there, but
Freeman.
whatever. I'm not going to complain. We're 2-0 up. Obviously, I'd love to
Two
get a
options
third
now
and a
in
fourth and a
forward
fifth
areas
and
for them.
however many we can get. But sometimes I know it's just not possible.
It's good
Dabo,
passing,
stay
probing.
on your man, stay on your man. Don't let him cut inside.
Tried to pick out
McKeown,
the
that's yours
teammate
all day.
along the
That's all
post.
yours all day.
Too close to the keeper in the end.
What was that
Well
throw,
saved by the
McKeown?
goalkeeper.
Play it to feet next time, please. No.
Freeman. Now
Stay
can they
on him,
cross
stay
it?
on him, stay on him. Like I say, don't let him cut back inside Dabo.
Brilliant
That's good
technique in the
blocking off. I'm
tackle.
surprised you got away without getting a yellow card there. Oh, who was that?
Well, they could have been opened up there.
Play it! I
Interception
pressed
stopped
A
that.
way ages ago. No. Calm it down.
Whitehouse.
You see that? Torres on this near side.
Torres.
Looking for the run of ring. Found him. Found him.
Out wide again.
Gonna whip it in.
Possibility for a cross.
No one's there. No one's there.
Danger
No one's there.
looming large.
Of course, no one's there.
Oh,
Oh, come on. Step in there. Step in there. Well done, White House. Well done, White House. Alright. You see that? Torres. Looking for Ring. Fine, Sebastian Ring. Ah. Plays it back. Who's there? Who's there? Ref! There's a free kick. Right. I don't know how to do free kicks in this game, right? I have no idea how to do them. I prefer the old system of free kicks.
Did you see anything cynical in that, Alan?
I don't know how to do free kicks in this game.
He's just a bit slow.
I'm gonna make a substitution. I don't know how to do free kicks in this game.
Well, Alan, here's the substitution now.
Well, he's done his bit. He got the goal that put his team in the lead, and they hold that lead.
Like, how do I move the camera?
Serious damage from this kind of distance.
That free kick is just. Please, someone else tell me that I'm just not being stupid, right? How do I get that free kick mechanic to go back to how it used to be? Because otherwise, it's just stupid, right? Please tell me I'm not the only person that thinks that the new FIFA 18 free kick mechanic is stupid. It's just I don't understand. Normally, it was like you'd move left or right to aim it, and then you use whatever, you know. All the old FIFAs from like FIFA 16 up until like FIFA 19, it was great. You know, free kicks were great, and you could always learn how to get good at free kicks. That I just don't know what to do with that. I honestly, like, I mean, somehow I got lucky with that free kick that I took in like the last episode that I uploaded, but I have no idea how to take free kicks in this game. If someone else knows and can teach me, then please do teach me. But I don't know. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, we won that game 2-0. But I don't understand how free kicks are taken in this game. Maybe I need to do a bit of research into it and how to, you know, score a perfect free kick, because I just don't know how to do it. But I also don't like how they've tried to change it and try to be different, and yeah. Anyway, we're in January, guys. So, if you have any players that you would like me to sign, drop their name in the chat and I'll see if I can find them. Like I say, I mean, obviously we need to try and like get a profit of whatever X amount of million, but at the same time I'd like to make you guys feel like you're involved with this. So you guys have any suggestions on what players I should sign, let me know. We had a suggestion in from Crazy Pigglers Gaming to sign this Foster geezer from Monaco. I think he's on our scout list at the moment. So this guy, Lyle Foster, is 70 rated. Looks like he can be a decent... Look at him, he's got a decent amount of acceleration and all of this. Shot power is insane. Should we approach to buy him? I don't think we've got that much money. I don't know how much money we've got. 2.68 million. Oh, we've got 3.3 million. I feel like he's going to be way too much for us. Maybe we can try to get him on loan. Don't know how much that's going to help us. I don't really want to buy any loan players at the moment, because it just means, yeah, we just don't. You have loan players, it just means you just don't have them for the further seasons. Yeah, so I mean, let me know if you guys have got any. Oh god. Jesus Christ, man, I need to stop yawning. Let me know if you guys have got any suggestions about any players that you want me to sign, and I'll see what I can do. You know, 3.1 million, 14k wage, probably not going to be enough. You know, I'm definitely not going to have him. I'm going to get rid of you, and you. And Dimitris Bazukis, he's got 5-star weak foot. He's a left back. This guy I should have signed at the start of the season. I should have just signed him straight away, but alright. Let's send forward a bit more. Alright, let's have a look at our youth squad updates. Sergio Miranda. You're not looking great, mate. You're not looking great. Neither are you, Miguel Moyano. Neither are you. I don't know what I thought sending scouts to Mexico. Rafael Enriquez, 60 to 72. Could come in at like a 66 and just be an out and out like cam and be absolutely amazing for us. So I feel like we're going to sign him up. Edson Race, 61 to 75. Again, he could be a winger. Could be a decent winger. 61 to 75. Sign him up. Fabio Ribeiro, sorry mate. Sorry about you. Adriano Admiral. Alex Conceição. Nah. 42 to 56 is a bit low, isn't it? We'll leave Alessandro Branco in there for now. Sam Baker. Sorry, Isaac Mitchell. Jamie Rose. You're staying there for a bit. Mason Moore, you can definitely stay in there for now. Ethan Hill, so can you. Nicholas Clark, 39 and 40. I know you're going to be 69 to 89, but 39 and 49 is just way too low. Mason or Morgan Mason. Morgan Griffiths. Goalkeeper could be decent. Liam Turner. Dominic Price, sorry mate. And Harrison Hughes, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and see who is in our youth squad that we just signed. That could be okay. Edson Ray, 66 rated cam. Rafael Enrique, 63 rated cam. But definitely potential a lot higher. We've got 2 cams coming in. That's decent. It's decent, you know. That's decent. We need to try and make as much money from our youth squad as possible. So yeah, let's go ahead and sim against Rotherham. Don't know how much longer I'll be playing this. Maybe only until like 9 o'clock. We'll see how it goes. I don't even care that we're not on track. Recent chances you give me in a team in a lot. I expect more from you, mate. You still have your place in the squad, Harry Davis. You know what, mate? I'm proud of you. Don't worry, Alejandro Sanchez Ribas. You've always got a special place in my heart. I want to try and get you finishing up to 70, mate. We're going to leave you in there. Pereira is almost up to 67. Almost going to be our #1 goalkeeper. Maybe, do we want to stop that? Or maybe we should just, you know, push Mickey on the side. Sanchez Ribas enjoying Grimsby involvement. So he should. So he bloody well should, mate. Alright, we've got Lincoln in the EFL League One. Could be a big game. I mean, it definitely is going to be a big game. I feel like we should probably sim it anyway. Because where's the fun in playing a game like that? Have a look at our inbox. We've got 150,000 for still being in the FA Cup. Sanchez Ribas, 60 rated striker. Ogbu, you can stay on there. Hewitt for, not Painter. Not back to Hewitt. To Hassanfellow even. Dabo's in there. Mikio into Pereira. Let's give Pereira a run out. Maybe. I wanted to save the changes. Let's go back in. Let's go back in. I was gonna say let's give Edwards a run out and let's give Pereira a run out, and also Campbell Gordon. Give you a bit of a run out as well. I would just spill a drink down myself. Don't mind me. Alright, let's go. Promotion 6-pointer. They're drawn 3 in a row. Please. They're drawn 4 in a row now. Get a draw away from home. Hey. Hey. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Let's see if we can get... Alright, Sanchez Ribas. We're going to leave Matty Pollock in there. But also, Sanchez Ribas, you're out for our young midfielders. I really want to try and train up Rafael Enriquez. What is this suggested? 1-on-1 bucket race. Adept attacking scenarios? Yeah, you should probably work on that. The same as you, Pereira. Probably have Edson Race in there. Again, maybe working on his attacking scenarios. There we go. Alright, we got a bunch of young Brazilians in our youth squad. Nothing more, nothing less than that. So we'll try and work on training them up. I think a lot of them are potential in and around 18. No. 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 No, no, no. I've just seen that. They're trying to come after Ogbu. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You're not going after Ogbu. I will give Ogbu all the money in the world that he wants. No way are you going after Ogbu. Contract negotiation. Let's go. I'll give you all the money in the world, Ogbu. Crucial. A crucial player, mate. Let's give him 2 years. Yeah, I'm not looking to give him a release clause. Right, he's on 3,000 at the moment. See if we can bump it up to 4,000. Let's give him a sign-in bonus of 25k. Please stay with us. Cool. I feel like we've got Ogbu tied up. Looks like we have. Bit of a scare there, but looks like we come away with what we can do. Right. Nah, you're not getting Ogbu. You're not getting Ogbu. I don't care. We just signed a new deal with him. Couple of against Oldham Athletic. I can see it looks like we're going to be playing Everton in the FA Cup, which is going to be interesting. I mean, Everton haven't been doing too great in real life, but I mean, this is FIFA, so obviously we'll come up against them and they'll smash us like 8-0 or whatever. We're going to sim this game, and then we should probably play the game against Everton. See how that goes. There we go, 1-0. Ogbu signed a new contract with us. Torres has got himself injured though, which is less than ideal. But we won that 1-0. Caught me complaining about that. Torres is out for 2 weeks. It's not great. It's definitely not great. Got an FA Cup game, round 4 against Everton. I think we play this one, and then I think we just sim whatever else happens afterwards in the FA Cup. So Torres is out. Who do we have to come in and replace him? We actually have a youth player in our youth squad that we can maybe promote up. We've got, what's his face? We've got Alfonso Cabral who can come in. Let's promote you to the senior team, mate. Why not? Why not? Why not give you your first run out? One of my mates is messaging me, telling me I should buy Hargreaves. Unfortunately, mate, he's not in this game. Owen Hargreaves does not exist in this game. I'm sorry to disappoint you. I know he sat a certain Portuguese winger on his arse at one time, but he's not in this game. I can maybe see if I can search for someone who's called Hargreaves and see if I can sign him. Also, you should just definitely make a channel and just come into the chat. Like, I don't know, I don't know what's holding you back. I don't know why you won't just come into the chat. Yo, get on, just come into the chat, man. Create an account and just come into the chat. Alright, let's go. Away game against Everton. Sport Pacer Everton. This could be a difficult game to play. This could be a difficult game to play. I don't know if this will be the last game we play in this episode. Coming up to 9 o'clock. I know, I say 9 o'clock, it's not even that late, and, you know, I'm not really doing anything tomorrow. I just kind of want to get into bed and, you know, chill out. I've been doing a lot of shit this today, so, yeah, I just want to kind of chill out. Why do I have to go back and get the ball? I don't understand it. Yeah, whatever. Stupid fucking skill games. Just, yeah, stupid skill games are stupid.
And welcome wherever you're watching.
Alright,
We're
at Goodison Park as well. This could be our chance to cause an upset away from home. I would like to say Premier League giants. They're not really giants, they're just Premier League, I guess. Like, Everton haven't really done anything for like the last 6 years. Oh yeah, here we go. Good tackle. Are they playing a high press? They're definitely playing a high press on us, are they? Just playing like 4-3-3.
And here's how Everton line up.
That's alright. We'll give them a taste of their own medicine.
Michael Keane in central defence. Abdoulaye Doucouré plays. Can they take the lead?
Tavares. Oh, Tavares, unlucky. I need to concentrate. No distractions, please. I need to concentrate on this. Here we go.
No reason at all why it won't be.
Good tackle.
What do you anticipate seeing from him?
Burnham.
Well, yeah,
Go on, Burnham.
Burns.
Burnham. Oh, Burnham. What are you doing? How? Pickford had no chance on getting that. Look at that. It's like 2-3 meters wide.
Well, everybody's disappointed, none more so than the manager. Just look at him.
Jesus Christ, man. Don't let him do this to you. Please. It's Everton, for Christ's sake. Bloody Everton. It's Everton.
Now he must Belotti. And it is the opening goal of the contest.
Well, it was always going to be a tight game, but now all of a sudden one team ahead. Things have got to change on both sides. Well, Derek, the cross is great, but just look how he attacks the space. Gives the defenders no chance. Great goal.
Well, the goal again, albeit from a different angle. Back in business then, and Everton with the advantage.
Just not even gonna say anything. I'm gonna go full on sweat mode right now. I'm gonna be silent as hell. I don't even care.
Still behind, but the pressure mounting.
What is that? What is that, ref? What is that, ref? Oh, I swear on my fucking life. Actually kidding me, he scored a header. What is going on? Someone close him. That's it, well done. What the hell is Tavares doing dropping so deep? Ah! This is not good. Dabo, what the bloody hell are you doing? Good clearance. Tavares, man. Dabo, go to your man.
In full control of the ball here.
No. Good tackle. Come on.
Well, the ref will hear the crowd all right. We can hear him from here. He's taking some stick.
Ah! Good tackle. Stay on him, please. Why is Tavares dropping so far deep? Oh, no. Come on. Oh, one of you. Oh. What the fuck is going on? Maybe I'm just too drunk for this. How's he scored from that fucking angle? I fucked this. Screw this fucking game. How? How do we give Man City a run for their money last season, right? And now we're coming up against an Everton side. And we're getting absolutely fucking dicked on. Like, what the hell? Go on, Sanchez, Ribas, please, please. Do something, do something, do something. Do something. Blah! Nah. I can't be dealing with this shit right now. Get it away, get it away, get it away. Head it to someone. Head it to someone. Literally, head the ball to anyone on your team. And you'll be fine, right? You don't. You decide not to do that. Alright. Sanchez Ribas. Looking for someone to pass it to. But he plays it not to Vernon because he's just a fucking retard. Jesus Christ. Guys, I feel like I'm gonna have to stop the stream after this. This is just an embarrassment. I mean, yeah, granted, you know, we're whatever 2Ds below them, but we have not been at the races so far today. We just have not been at the races today. It's not early doors, mate. It's definitely not early doors. I just need to give the ball to Sanchez Ribas and he just needs to run past fucking everyone. Here we go, here we go. Run past fucking everyone, Sanchez Ribas, please. 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 Ref! Ref! Where's the call for the advantage there? He's clearly pulled me back as I've tried to turn him, and you don't do fucking anything. Fucking what's his face? Michael Oliver must be refereeing this game. Has to be the referee in this game, right? Definitely has to be Michael Oliver. Look at him, look at him, look at him, look at him go.
Well, I'm hearing £90 million or something.
That's it, that's it, that's it. Pick up the ball. Pick up. No, go to the net. Pick up the ball. It might be early doors yet. I don't care. Don't celebrate. Just skip all of this bullshit. Sanchez Ribas pulls one back in the 54th minute. Come on. Come on. The comeback is on. Let's go, lads. Come on. More of the same, please. Get the ball back now. Get the ball back now. Don't let them score. Do not let them score the next goal. We cannot let them score the next goal. Stay on him, stay on him, stay on him. Good tackle, good tackle. Here we go. Play it to Tavares. Tavares somehow works out for Vernon. Ah, you're offside! Why did you run so far forward, Stephen? They brought on Alex Iwobi for Theo Walcott. Half an hour left in this game. That's out. That's out. There's no way you keep that in. He's kept it in. What the fuck, Alex Iwobi? Get it away. Get it away. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Keep it on. Keep it on. Keep it on. Ref! Oh my gosh. Michael Oliver, what the fucking hell are you doing? You absolute wanker. Get it away. Get it away. Get it away. What the hell is going on at our defence? Like, I have no fucking clue how we have not just conceded there. No, no, Sigurdsson. No, Sigurdsson. Get it away. Get it away. Oh my word. What is going on here, lads? What the hell is going on here? Vernon. You see that? You see that? Oh, what? I should have shot. I should have shot. I tried to be fancy and play a through ball back across goal. Should have just shot. Should have just shot there. Definitely should have just shot. No, no, no. Tavares, hang on to the ball. Get it back. Please. Please! No! Ah. 15 minutes left in this game. Please. I don't care if we take it to a replay. Oh, you just turned into traffic. This is Ah, this is so frustrating. Because I know I should be at least level. Sanchez Ribas. Someone, is anyone there to support?
And it might be.
Tavares! Please pick up the ball. Pick up the ball. How do you pick up the ball? I don't. Stop celebrating. Stop celebrating. Stop sliding off like that. You've still got a chance to win. Oh, Sanchez Ribas and Tavares. Come on. Let's go for attacking. Please. Please. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. There's still time. There's still time. Nah. Fuck off, Iwobi. That's what I said. Fuck off, Iwobi. Still time. Still time to win this. No, not with passes like that, Burnham. Please. No. That's yours. That's all yours. That's all yours. Roll it. Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing? Please. Come on. No. No. Sigurdsson, I love you. I love you, Sigurdsson. Oh my God. That's the second time Sigurdsson has hit the fucking woodwork of the goal. Tavares, it's all you. It's not all you. It's not all you. He's looking for support. Ah! Oh, 2-2. 2-2. We tried our best. We tried our best. Ah, we should have won that. I feel like we should have. And we went 2-0 down. You know, I'm not going to complain. To come from 2-0 down and draw it 2-2 in the FA Cup, I'm not going to complain. I feel like we should have won that. We definitely had more of the ball. We had better chances in the second half. I mean, Sigurdsson hit the bar twice. Forget about that. Forget about that. Oh, we should have won that. I feel like we should have won that. Ah, damn. You know what? I mean, I'll take it into a replay. Maybe even we'll play the replay as well. But damn, we had less shots. I mean, we had more of our like in terms of percentage. We had 3 shots, 2 on target, and we scored 2 goals. They had 5 shots and scored 2 goals. So we got lucky. I mean, I'd like to. Yeah, we definitely got lucky considering Sigurdsson hit the bar twice in that game. But you know what? Yeah, I'm adamant we should have won that. I'm adamant we should have won that. Anyway, right. Let's just go ahead and check out this player chat. Who is complaining about not being able to play games? Who is it? It's McKeown. McKeown, I expect more from you. Even though you didn't play the last game, I still expect more from you. But yeah, I feel like we're going to go ahead and just clean it up a bit. Let's go ahead and do some player development. And then we're going to go ahead and sim forward a couple of days. Got a bunch of Brazilians in our youth squad. Hopefully we'll be able to be the next best thing for us. But yeah, I feel like we should have won that game, man. I'm never going to let that down. I'm never going to let it go, to be fair. I feel like we should have beaten Everton. Certainly based on the second half, we should have beaten them. I mean, we're in 4th place in the in League 2, so I can't really complain about the league standing. But yeah, I just feel like we should have beaten them. But yeah, so I feel like I am going to go ahead and save this game. And then yeah, I feel like I'm going to end the stream here. Yeah, I'll probably be back playing some more Pokemon tomorrow at some point. Maybe not early in the morning, maybe late in the afternoon or towards the evening, but certainly I'll be back playing some Pokemon. Maybe even streaming some more FIFA tomorrow. But yeah, guys, thank you for all coming to hang out in this, what is it, an hour and a half stream of playing FIFA. And yeah, like I say, guys, maybe I'll come and play some more FIFA tomorrow. As you can see, Sanchez Ribas is the top scorer in League 2, so we'll leave it on a high. League 2, League 1. League 1, let's get it right. We'll leave it on a high. Sanchez Ribas, top scorer in League 1. But for now, guys, I will see you later. Bye.